Hi, I'm Matthew Buzzy from PC Mag, and I'm here with Sasha from Asus, and he is here with the new for 22 version of beloved gaming laptop, the Asus ROG Zephyrus G14. We've seen this before. It's this portable, mid-sized, but potent gaming laptop, and we like it a lot in the passive versions we've seen, and of course here at CES, there's always reason to update. So Sasha, what's new in this model, and why is it exciting?
All right, so yeah, like you touched upon, I got it right here. The 2022 Zephyrus G14 is only 14-inch, as the name implies, only 1.6 kilos, still gets 10 hours video playback battery life. So really long battery life, really low weight, but still has really high performance specs to go head-to-head with 15-inch and even 17-inch gaming laptops. What's the main thing that's new in the 2022 version is the design is a bit more refined. You can see there's a lot more perforations on here. It looks more premium, and there's also a much bigger display now. So it's 16 by 10, which means essentially we get rid of the bottom bezel. You can see as I open it up, the screen is off, so you can't tell that well. But here, when I reflect the light a little bit off the screen, there you can see the bottom bezel is almost gone. So it's a little bit like a mini Zephyrus M16, the one that we just launched, was like 4-side narrow bezels. So yeah, you have slimmer bezels on the side as well. And you have an IR webcam now at the top. So by the time that you open the laptop up, you're already locked in, basically. You don't even have to put your finger on the fingerprint scanner. You don't have to type in a password. The displays have been much improved as well. So there's 2 panel options, a full HD 144 Hertz, 100% sRGB. That one has been bumped to 400 nits brightness and 3 millisecond response time. Currently, it's 25 milliseconds. And the QHD 120 Hertz panel has been bumped to 100% DCI-P3, 500 nits, and 3 millisecond panel to response time as well. And yeah, it features the latest chips, obviously, as you would expect from a new version. So the latest AMD next-gen CPU that was just announced, that you just heard about, and also the next-gen mobile AMD GPU that was just announced, thanks to a vapor chamber that's in here now, and liquid metal that we've been using for a while. On both CPU and GPU now, the thermal capacity of the GPU has been bumped up to 105 watts. So that's 50% higher TGP. So you can imagine a big performance boost there as well.
Yeah, the first G14 I remember reviewing was one of the first machines that had the AMD's new generation of Ryzen Silicon.
Right,
a couple years ago, and that really, I mean, the performance differences at the time, especially, you know, things have leveled out a little bit, but at the time especially was really, really good, especially in small laptop. Like the AMD processor made a big difference. So obviously we're excited to test out the newest parts when these units become available for game testing. So is there any other design dimension differences, like size, weight, or is it otherwise the same chassis, just with a slightly different look? And of course, the thinner screen bezels, which we are seeing in a load of laptops, because it really makes it look a lot better.
Yeah, so it's still a magnesium aluminum alloy chassis, so it's super light and super rigid, like really solid. It's slightly deeper now, so the depth of the laptop is a bit taller because the screen is 60 by 10. That means the palm rest is a little bit longer as well, which for me really made a big difference. It's only a few millimeters, but it adds a lot of nice typing comfort. The hotkeys are now programmable as well. So if you call, like what's typical about our ROG gaming laptops, above the keyboard at the top left, we have 4 or 5 hotkeys for multimedia control, volume up, volume down, microphone mute. Those can be programmed now in all 2022 models. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, you said like design chassis wise. Yeah, so the anime matrix that we've had and launched with the original G14 as well has been upgraded, and we got 20% more LEDs, and we redesigned the light guide, which allows us to make everything look much more smooth and brighter. So animations look smoother and brighter and yeah, more detailed.
If you're unfamiliar, anyone watching with the anime matrix technology, the lid, the perforations are not all for show, as they are on some laptops. There are the grid of LEDs behind those perforations, and you can use them to put on a clock or animations or an image, kind of like a fun tool.
Memes is really like what it's all about. Like everybody throws their favorite memes on there, and it looks really cool. So there's the white version that you see here. There's also a gray version, and for both of them, you have then an option to get either the one with anime matrix or the one without anime matrix. The one with is 1 millimeter thicker. It's 50 grams heavier or 100 grams heavier, like just barely a little bit heavier. You can't really feel the difference. And it costs a little bit extra because you have that LED matrix panel on here, right? But yeah, so there's two options essentially for the G14.
Round us out with the port options. What's on there as far as connectivity?
Connectivity-wise, it's pretty much the same as the current G14, but what's new is on the right side, you now have a micro SD card reader, which is pretty cool. I know a lot of people want a full-size SD card reader. The reason we go for micro SD is because, well, price is at a premium at such a small compact device, and the only way we could have fit a full-size SD card reader would be to remove a USB-A port, which, you know, I think most people will agree that wouldn't be such a good call.
More people probably use that than
yeah, yeah, and the thing about a USB-A port, that can be used as an SD card reader, right? With an adapter, a dongle.
Yep.
Yeah, two Type-C ports, one on the left, one on the right. One has a video signal from the integrated graphics from the CPU, and one from the dedicated GPU. So you get the choice basically for maximum performance or maximum battery life when using an external monitor. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the port. So two USB-A on the right, Type-C on the right, one USB Type-C on the left, combo audio jack on the left, HDMI, and then the DC jack for the ports.
Nicely rounded. I think that's it then. You've pretty much run us through all the features at this point. Is there any pricing you can mention at this point?
Pricing really depends on the market and the configuration. So you'll see there's a lot of different options in different markets, you know, with Anime Matrix, without. And in some markets, for example, if you want to buy the Anime Matrix version, you have to go for the top spec CPU and GPU. But in other markets, you can actually get like a middle tier spec and still get the Anime Matrix. So that really depends a lot. But overall, I would say the price range is going to be very similar to what the current G14 is, but probably a little bit higher because of you know, component shortages and supply chain. It's like, yeah, it's a thing these days. I think everybody knows.
It's definitely a mid-range, not a super budget laptop, nor a super expensive laptop. As far as at least the starting price, you can of course get it up there, but we mostly consider this a slightly above entry level to mid-range price laptop in the past.
Yeah, I think
around there.
Yeah, for the current one, I think it was around something like 1,500 USD. Like you could get it for less than that and for more than that, depending on the specs, but around that price. So it was a pretty good price point. A lot of people really like that. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sasha. Tune into PC Mag for more of our coverage and, of course, a Zephyrus G14 review when units become available in the future. Thanks for watching.